General Hospital spoilers, Emma reveals Jason's secret. Robin returns with a big secret. Port Charles is no stranger to secrets, but the newest twists threaten to shatter everything we thought we knew. In a jaw-dropping series of events, Emma Scorpio Drake uncovers a truth about Jason Morgan that could destroy lives. And just as the truth comes to light, her mother Robin Scorpio returns to town carrying a secret of her own. One that will rip open old wounds, spark new battles, and put the very soul of Port Charles on trial. This week on General Hospital, prepare for a saga of legacy, betrayal, and revelation unlike anything you've seen before. Strap in for a whirlwind of emotional fallout, deadly consequences, and seismic shifts that could redefine the landscape of GH forever. Emma Scorpio Drake returned to Port Charles with little fanfare. A med student finishing her residency abroad, she said she was visiting for a quiet summer break. But fans knew better. Port Charles doesn't do quiet, and neither does Emma, who is the daughter of two legendary characters, Robin Scorpio and Patrick Drake. With a brilliant mind and an unshakable moral compass, Emma walks in the shadow of legacy. And now, she's about to become a legend in her own right. Initially staying at Anna's, Emma was quickly drawn into the chaos surrounding Jason Morgan, especially after catching glimpses of strange behavior, secretive meetings, and encrypted messages that pointed to something far more complex than anyone realized. Jason Morgan, ever the loyal enforcer, returned from the dead once before. But this time, the truth about his resurrection is more complicated than anyone imagined. Emma, while shadowing Epiphany's replacement in the GH Records department, stumbles across medical logs from an unlisted facility in Europe, records tied to Jason's name, dated months before his return. What's more disturbing is what those records reveal. Jason wasn't just in cryostasis or recovering from injuries. He was undergoing psychological reprogramming. Emma, stunned, quietly confronts Benelli, whom she's always trusted like a fun uncle. He panics. He tries to play it down, but Emma isn't a child anymore. She's grown, determined, and terrifyingly brilliant. She begins to piece together the fragments. The times Jason seemed robotic, his missing memories, his strange aversion to certain places and people, especially Robin. Emma brings the evidence to Anna, who initially resists believing it. But deep down, Anna sees the truth. Jason Morgan was reprogrammed by someone powerful, likely connected to Victor Cassidy's final operations, or, worse, a rogue faction of the WSB. Jason doesn't even know the full truth about himself. Just as Port Charles begins to stir with rumors about Jason's possible reprogramming, a plane lands quietly at the airport. A woman steps off, dressed in black, her eyes hidden behind dark glasses. Robin Scorpio is home. But she's not alone. Hidden in the shadows of her past is a truth she has buried for years, one that not even Anna knows. Robin has a child. Another one. A son, born during her time working with a secret international medical unit. And the father? Jason Morgan. Years ago, when Jason was presumed dead in the rubble of the Cassidy compound, Robin was taken by a shadow group of scientists, some WSB, some rogue. While she worked for them under duress, Jason was not as dead as the world believed. He was alive, barely, and being held nearby. For a time, they were together. Secretly. Silently. In love. Trying to escape. During that time, Robin became pregnant. But Jason was taken again, and Robin, fearing what the world would do if they knew, faked the child's death and placed him into a protective medical program in Zurich. Now her son is 11. His name is Aiden. And he's beginning to ask questions about his father. Robin confides in Emma, who is stunned. She doesn't know whether to scream or hug her mother. But her reaction is swift. Jason has a right to know. And so does Aiden. Robin, trembling, agrees but warns Emma. If the wrong people find out about him, they'll use him. The same way they used Jason. Emma decides to be the bridge between father and son. But before she can make the introduction, Aiden goes missing. It begins with a phone call. Then a blood-stained note left in Robin's hotel room. "We have the boy. If you want him alive, bring Jason." Robin collapses, and Anna immediately jumps into action, pulling in every contact she has. Jordan and Dante investigate, but it's Spinelli and Emma who piece it together. The signal that pinged Aiden's device last came from a ship leaving the Port Charles docks. And the name on the shipping manifest? Eurydice, a ghost ship linked to the Cassadine family. Its last known captain? Valentine's half-brother, Rasmus, long thought dead. Jason, now fully aware of his past manipulation, vows to save Aiden. Not just because the boy is Robin's, but because he knows the truth in his bones. Aiden is his son. Teaming with Anna, Robin, Emma, Dante, and a reluctant Valentine, Jason launches a rescue mission unlike any other. The trail leads them to a secret island base, where the remnants of the rogue WSB faction are holding Aiden in a mind reprogramming unit designed for children. The horror is too much to bear. Jason breaks through the walls, almost feral. He finds Aiden strapped to a chair. The boy looks up, and for the first time, father and son lock eyes. Jason rescues Aiden. But as the team attempts to escape, an explosion rocks the island. Anna is injured. Robin is separated. Emma nearly drowns.
And Jason?
He stays behind to ensure the facility is destroyed. Robin screams his name as the island burns. Days later, the team returns to Port Charles, broken but alive. Aiden is safe. Emma is a hero. But Jason is gone. A memorial is held. Sonny, Carly, Sam, Michael, all mourn the man who gave everything to save his son. But Emma, standing beside Robin and holding Aiden's hand, can't shake the feeling. Jason isn't dead. And in the final scene of the week, somewhere on the coast of Greece, a man washes up on shore, bleeding, bruised, but alive. He opens his eyes. Robin, a DNA test shocker. Jordan receives a test that could change everything. Aiden's paternity may not be what Robin thinks it is. Spinelli makes a deal. He bargains with a dangerous figure from Jason's past to keep Emma safe. Elizabeth learns the truth, and her reaction to Jason's son leaves Finn and Violet stunned. Carly finds a letter, left behind by Jason, addressed only to one person, Danny. Anna has a vision. As she lies unconscious, she sees Duke, and he gives her a warning.